1, 2, 3, 4. We're horny. We're horny for love. Cheers! What?
I said it into the glass instead of the microphone.
They got it. I think mine was loud enough that where they get the vibe.
It was very reverberous.
This is actually a return to form.
Yeah. Sorry.
And we realized last week that we forgot to even tell you who we are and what the podcast is about. So like
we even forgot to say what the podcast was about.
So welcome to Horny for Love, a podcast where two reformed prudes
Reclaim their sexuality weekly in Los Angeles.
Thank you. I was having a brain melt.
I'm always here to lift you up.
Thank you, queen. So this little king is John Anthony.
Oh, you spilled some red wine on your thigh.
Oh, that's blood, okay? That's blood. No, it's red wine.
Oh, okay.
So this little
This
prince
is I keep talking into the wine glass.
Okay, I'm trying to introduce you. Can you just take it?
Yeah, I'll take it.
He is a prince, so tall, so handsome, talented, and smart. He is my best friend. John Anthony Lee Lafredo.
That was so gorgeous.
Uh-huh.
I can't wait
I gave myself goosebumps.
I can't wait till we're both famous and we get to like interview each other for things.
I know,
like
for
when
like
I'm
an interview
famous
magazine
and it's like,
thing.
oh, that'd be so chic for us.
That is so chic for us.
You know,
Can't wait.
I was thinking like 92nd Street Y, like when I'm having like a big career moment and they're like, who would we get to like host this evening? Well, of course we would get his esteemed best friend Andrea Christensen too.
Oh my God, yes.
Yes.
Actress Oscar nominee.
Well, excuse me, I have to do that for you.
Okay, sorry.
But also,
Please.
I was gonna say, you know, like my barometer for when I go shopping these days, like probably the past year or so, for home or for clothes, I'm like my barometer for whether I purchase is I'm like, is this chic?
Yeah. Is it, well, okay.
That's what I say in my mind. I'm not even kidding. I like flip through things, and it doesn't mean
Is it giving Pierre? Pierre is his chic alter ego.
It doesn't have to be like fancy, but like casual wear can be chic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, is this chic?
I'm kind of having like a girl wake up moment. Like, girl wake up.
What does that mean?
Because living in LA, you're just kind of like, okay, I'm going to wear sweatpants and tank top every day.
Right.
And that and it's not giving. Okay, I'm like, remember the days that I used to give? I like saw this outfit that I was wearing on Instagram when I went to Tokyo. It was white flare jeans, a black turtleneck, a red pullover sweatshirt that said, "Dear Santa, define good," with a minion on it, a blazer.
With a minion on it?
Yeah, a blazer over that, loafers, and a beret. And I was like, what's wrong with me? I couldn't even come up with an outfit like that these days.
I like it except for the minion aspect.
I'll show you.
I'm not a minion person.
Well, it's funny.
It's funny.
Dear Santa, define good.
I get that, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we thrifted it in Tokyo. So it's chic for that reason.
Sure.
So I'm kind of trying more in my outfit today. I put on a little skirt.
It's a cute skirt.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes.
Sitting beside me, who has been like wetting your ears with her delicious voice.
Wetting it.
Is my absolute sister, prime talent, voracious reader, actress and director and writer even. Would you even believe that?
Wow. And
chic no matter what she's wearing.
Honey.
Andrea Lee Lafredo. I was like, where do I work in my name?
What if we had a marriage pact? You know?
Mm-hmm.
Can you just pretend like this is a rom-com for a moment? God.
Just thinking about like how depressed I would be if I still couldn't find someone to be with me.
At 40?
40 is kind of like prime age.
You think? I think
not
so. You're
not
right.
necessarily to get married, but like in terms of like life, I feel like 40 you're still like on the younger side of things. Like you're not 50
Yeah,
yet,
but hopefully.
but you have money
Yeah.
and like are
Career,
established
yeah.
and like can finally enjoy some sort of like peace and ease at the top.
Can I tell you? I was
You know what I mean?
thinking how like I don't know if last year I had more friends,
Okay.
but more like
You think you had more friends?
more
last year?
party friends.
Oh.
Or I was just like
yeah.
I was like, I was such a party girl the last few years, and right now there's nothing like for me there. Like I'm just kind of like, why would I go do that?
Mm-hmm.
Like why do I want to go to a bar and drink all night and have a hangover the next day?
I don't know.
Why?
And
then I'm just like, you know what? Maybe I'm just moving into the next part of my life where, yeah, my circle might be smaller, but the quality of the friends are more. Right?
That's very cute.
I've just been thinking about this because I'm like, should I reconnect with that one friend that did me dirty?
Which one?
Vegas.
Which one?
You know the one. The one that I...
Okay.
Yeah,
No.
we just had to get on the same page about which friend.
Okay, I thought you were maybe contemplating.
Like,
I thought you were maybe contemplating.
No, she didn't go to Vegas.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. My answer to that is no.
I think if she had gone to Vegas, the whole trip would have been different.
In a good way or a bad way?
Probably in a good way.
Like buffer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But since it,
Right.
But whatever.
It's okay.
Yeah. But I'm like, she really was just a party friend. And like, we didn't really have conversations that involved the two of us. It was kind of like a monologue where I just like asked leading questions. It was kind of like giving interviewer,
Yeah. Well, sister, let me just say I totally connect with you. And also for the listeners, I do want to just preface that like I'm feeling super like wistful, nostalgic, and existential today. Sorry, I should have directed that to camera. I'm feeling really wistful, nostalgic, and existential today. And I don't know if I have the capacity to be funny whatsoever. And I don't feel like a silly little girl this evening.
Do you feel like
it's not evening. But
oh, how do you feel then?
Wistful, nostalgic, and existential.
I was meaning more like, do we feel like a man today?
No.
Oh.
No. I feel
a forlorn woman staring out a window.
That seems more accurate.
Okay.
Yeah, if we have to be associated with the binary, then sure.
A ghost. A non-binary
ghost. Yeah, but what you were saying, like, I feel like, well, we are in our Saturn return, if you believe in that.
Well, we are 70% water, and water's ruled by the moon.
Yes.
So,
but I'm thinking like the age that we are and the phase of life that we're in, there's definitely like a distinct like shift I can feel. And I always, when I was younger, like always wanted to be older because I thought that like when you're older, like things are better. And I do feel like things get better as I get older, but also life, just like your perspective shifts, I feel like. And yeah.
I feel the opposite. Like when I was younger, I never wanted to be older.
Oh, okay.
And
well, but that's not really what I'm saying.
Okay.
That was just kind of like,
Yeah.
a little bit about me. But I do think at this point in our, like the age we're at, that our perspectives in life are being like forced to like shift.
And I think that's good.
I think it's good. It is just like making me also wonder about like friendships and things like that.
Is there one in particular you're ruminating over?
A couple.
A couple?
Well, you know one.
I do know one.
And
it's the girl that lives not over there, over there.
In a similar way, I'm thinking about my ex that you had the pleasure of mentioning before we started recording.
Yes, I wished his ex a happy birthday.
As you should.
Because we're friends outside of John Anthony.
Yeah, I don't have any issue with that.
I mentioned it to him.
which is fine. I feel like in the past, like that would send me spiraling.
Growth.
And now the way it makes me feel is like I understand where the wound is.
For him?
No, for me.
Okay.
But it just doesn't like send me where it used to send me anymore.
That's good. I think that's just called moving on.
For sure. But I also, in the wistful way, like what I like miss or think about has nothing to do like romantically at all. It's like, because we weren't just exes, or like we weren't just like partners when we were in each other's lives. Like there were times where we were like very close friends. And our friendship was like different than any of my other friendships. Well, for obvious reasons, but I was able to like express myself like very intimately with him, and like a friend I could like ponder like my deepest like sometimes saddest like thoughts with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
well, isn't that the difference between a lover and a friend?
okay, well then maybe that's just a different question to answer, but like that's the part that I like wonder about. And I think having had such a like difficult year, I've thought about him and her and being like, oh, those people like who at one point and for like a longer period of time were like the people I would maybe turn to and go to and know everything about me, have just missed like one of the most significant like years of my life. And it's not that I want to like change that. It's just like the truth. And that makes me sad. You know?
Yeah.
Do you get it?
I do get it.
And feeling like with him in particular, because it's been longer since we haven't spoken, like wondering like what would they think about like my life now, or like would they be proud of me? You know, because like I've grown in so many ways that we used to like talk about. You know what I mean? And like would they be able to see that or like appreciate that?
Of course they would, but
you don't have those people in your life anymore. So it just feels like, oh, okay, there's like less. I don't know, it's just interesting, and wondering like whether starting from scratch like with your friendships and stuff is always like a good thing or not.
Of course it's good.
It's always good to have new friends, but it's like weird to like lose. You can't ever like gain like a decade's worth of history with someone, you know? Like all of our new friends that we have now, or like my new friends from the ride who I love and like are like becoming or and will become super close friends of mine. Like they only know me starting when they met me, like last year or this year. They don't know me starting like 10 years ago, and they never will.
Yeah.
And so it's just weird. It feels sometimes like your living history like exists within other people that you may not speak to anymore.
Wow. That's a crazy
It's like very
thought.
deep and philosophical.
Yeah, that is a crazy thought. I guess I've never thought of friendships that way.
Well, what about relationships? That too, right?
Yeah. Your living history exists within somebody else.
Parts of it.
Write that down. Damn.
Okay, I have
That's
a new
beautiful.
Substack.
That's beautiful.
Substack thoughts to write down.
Yeah. It's actually interesting because I feel like I have such a bad memory and I forget huge swaths of time in my life, and people will tell me that I've said things that I have no recollection of saying or doing.
That's scary, because what if they're lying?
I'm like, it sounds like me. like my best friend from high school, Ashley, will be like, remember when you did this? And I'm like, no, like literally no. Like I barely okay, so I read 2 celebrity memoirs this week.
Yes.
I'm like, how do you remember any of this?
I have an excellent memory.
Oh my God.
I think. I mean, there's definitely things I fully forget for sure.
Yeah.
But like things that make impressions on me, I don't forget.
I feel like unless I talk about it all the time, or like, you know, or think about it, or unless I've like retold it in a story, like I remember the story more than I remember the feeling or the thing that I did.
Sometimes you'd be surprised, because I have like started writing a memoir that is like my long-term project that it's not on the docket to be completed in the near future.
Mm-hmm.
But you'd be surprised, like, the things you remember.
Yeah.
Which gives me confidence because sometimes, like, I panic, like, when something happens to me now and I'm like, oh, I would want to write about that one day. But if I don't write about it now, I'll forget everything. And then I'm like, well, I have, like, some sort of evidence that things that happened to me, like, many years ago, I still remember and can write about.
Do you journal?
I used to journal a lot, and I don't really journal that much anymore. Because I write so much.
Right.
It's
you kind of have to keep the creative juices intact.
And it starts to feel like a chore.
Yeah, totally. I remember during COVID, I journaled, or I did morning pages every day.
That's scary.
Oh, is that scary? That's what you're supposed to do.
Totally. But I mean, like, imagine what they say, like, during the pandemic.
Oh, that's true. I think it was just like me being unhappy in a relationship. Yeah. Actually, that's my morning pages notebook right there in the cubby.
Should we read a page?
Oh my God, should we?
Do you want to?
I could. Let's see.
Should I read it for you?
Oh my God, I have to find a good one.
No, it has to be random. That's what I mean.
Oh no.
I'll just read one sentence from one random page.
Oh my God.
No, don't look through it first. Don't look through it first.
No, this is so embarrassing.
Don't look through it first. Stop. Okay, I'm just gonna read one sentence and we'll be done with this activity. But I just think it's fun.
Oh my God, this is so embarrassing. Okay, no, I'm scared. I'm scared. Okay. Stop! No, I'm scared. I'm scared. Right.
Right or left? Right.
That's like when you get more into it. More. No, I'm so scared.
Okay.
Fuck.
Tell me when my finger should stop.
Oh, geez. Stop.
This might be harder than I thought to read.
I have bad handwriting. Do you know what it says?
Kind of. Damn. I feel kind of bad that I didn't end up actually getting Shauna anything. Can I say that, or do we have to cut that out?
No, it's fine. Nobody knows what
Okay,
you're talking
that's
about.
the sentence.
Damn, I feel kind of bad I didn't actually get Shauna anything.
Wait, all of these just fell out.
Oh God. And I won't be elaborating on that one.
Nope.
No, I'm kidding.
Pod lore.
No. It's like during COVID, I think, when it was like the holidays, and I was getting like Christmas presents for all of my agents and stuff, and then I like didn't get one something.
But
it's
she
not
wasn't
that fun.
your agent, right?
She's not my agent. She's like my.
I know who she is.
Yeah.
Okay. Shall we move on?
Yeah, let's move on.
Okay.
So enough on friends, friendship.
Friendships and relationships, like flying away into the ether.
Yeah.
Enough about that.
Okay, so should we talk about gross habits?
Well, we were talking about slob behavior before.
Yeah. Wait, how did we get to that topic?
Because you were saying that
last night. So we're currently drinking the dregs of a red wine bottle that me and my BF didn't finish last night, because we decided to have a pizza and red wine night while watching A Haunting in Venice.
Oh, how was it? Bad. Yeah.
Bonkers.
That
It was like
bonkers.
hilariously bad. I was like, Michelle Yeoh, like, you understand you don't have to take these roles anymore,
Hey,
right?
She's trying to get the money while she can.
I guess that's true, but it's like she's in everything.
I know, she isn't everything these days.
And that movie is actually like a parody of itself, I feel. It was just like monologue after monologue of people being like, and then I saw her at the window. Next thing I knew, she fell out into the canal, and things haven't been the same since.
No shit. I think they made it a grave error in casting Tina Fey, because it just like really made the tone of the movie seem like, what is that?
She's good.
I'm not saying she was. I didn't see it, so I don't know whether she was good or bad. But I'm just, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that was
Well, I did fall
confusing as an
asleep
audience member.
like halfway through, or not even like a quarter of the way through.
Okay.
It was just not good for the movie, but you know.
So we were saying, you were saying like, oh, like you had said that, and you were like, oh my god, that's so embarrassing, like how slobbish of us. And I was like, that's not slobbish. That sounds like actually really cute to like do that with your boyfriend. And he agreed. That also sounded really cute.
It was
but
cute.
then we like started opening up about like what true slobbish behavior is. And I said like, oh, it was me coming home from work at like 12, 1, 2, and like popping in some Trader Joe's gyoza, stuffing my face, and then falling asleep, passing out before I have a chance to even clear the dishes off my nightstand.
Oh, I was going to ask if you fall asleep with a plate on the bed.
No.
For some reason, I like to sleep with like stuff on the bed with me.
Okay.
Like, and I kind of like to sleep with the light on. Like,
oh, I hate that.
Like, I like to fall asleep like, yeah, I'm just going to take a quick nap and then I'm going to wake up again and
No.
do some stuff.
No.
This is like a constant lie that I tell myself.
Yeah.
It's a lie. I know fully well that I'm going to fall asleep for the night, but I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to take a quick nap and then I'll get up and like do some reading.
I'm not even like conscious of the fact that I'm falling asleep. I'm just asleep. Like for me, I know myself, and I'm always like, don't eat in bed because you're just going to pass out the second you get to eat. Like the only reason my body's awake is because I'm hungry. And the second that I'm not hungry anymore, it just like is like, go to bed.
Oh my God. So my grossest habit during college was I had 2 disgusting habits when I like came home drunk.
Tell them.
So one of them was I would order food. I would order delivery, and then I would like have a fetish for like falling asleep before it even got there. And I'd like wake up to like 13 missed calls, and I'd be like, oh shit, well, that's money down the toilet. Like, I don't know. Like, I kind of got off on wasting money. Not that I had money to be wasting. Like, it's always in like with like, what do you call it when
overdraft?
I was always in overdraft. And then my second gross habit was I'd always order empanada mama oxtail soup, and
I didn't even know they made soup.
it's so good. Well, this is my order. I'd get the oxtail soup and get 2 empanadas.
Okay.
And then I would and the soup came with rice. So I would spoon the soup into the rice in bed. It's so dangerous.
That is dangerous.
It's dangerous and disgusting. So then I found like mice and cockroaches in my room like a few months later. Obviously, when you're like doing this twice a week.
Oh my God.
And I
No,
just
tell
wouldn't
it.
even care.
Oh.
I just wouldn't even care.
Ooh.
I'd be like, well, I didn't see that.
To me, my peak slobbish behavior was like I was about to say freshman year post college, but you know what I mean, like the first year after college.
Yeah.
And I would just like stuff my face with like snacks when I got home from work, like Milanos and Flavor Blasted Goldfish were like my go-tos at the time, and I had never felt like bad about it until one day, like when I woke up and I was making my bed, like I found goldfish under my pillow, and I was like, how long has that been there?
Ew, did you eat it?
Yeah.
Was it stale?
I think it was a little stale.
Oh my God. What's with binge eating feeling so good?
I don't know. It's kind of I feel like I am a binge eater.
I had really bad binge eating behavior when I went to Berlin.
Really?
When I studied abroad in Berlin.
Mm.
Yeah. I would like literally after all my roommates went to sleep, I would I would steal my roommate's Nutella and toast and just
Why didn't you buy your own?
Because I was in denial about like
How much
eating
you liked it.
Yeah, I was, and then like, I don't want to say this, it's so bad, but
What?
she like took leftovers home one day and just like, oh, you can have some. I was like, oh, thanks. And then I would just like wait. For some reason, like I felt like I had to wait until she was asleep and then like sneak it out of the fridge and just like eat it little by little. Isn't that so weird?
Yeah, but I mean,
Like,
I
why did I
understand
have to
like
do it in
because it's like eating
secret?
someone else's food is like weird.
I know, but it's like, why didn't I just like eat it normal, like in front of her. She said I could have some.
I don't know. Shame.
Shame.
For sure. Shame.
For sure.
For sure. Shame.
For sure. I feel that.
Should we talk about my trip?
Yeah, let's talk about your trip.
Okay, where should we start?
So, John Anthony and my boyfriend left me alone for the weekend because they're both selfish. I'm just kidding. John Anthony went to San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us all about it. How was the drive, first of all?
Well, first of all, I'll say I was going up for one of my friends' birthdays.
Okay, but I'm your friend too.
Well, one of my friends, my other friends.
Okay.
I have other friends.
Okay.
It's
Jeez,
his
don't
birthday
rub it
this
into my
weekend,
face.
so I went up there. How was the drive? Well, the last time I drove to San Francisco, I had my bike with me and I was driving alone, so I just didn't stop.
You weren't driving alone this time?
No, I was driving alone, but I didn't have my bike with me.
Okay.
And so I didn't stop because I was scared like someone would steal my bike or something.
Mm-hmm.
So this time, since I didn't have it, I was like, well, I could stop. And I did once.
Where?
At a gas station to pee.
That's not romantic or sexy.
No, I wasn't stopping anywhere for romance. It was just like, oh, I can urinate like freely.
Oh.
And I picked up.
Oh, so last time you like didn't pee.
No, I didn't stop.
Oh my God. I didn't count that as stopping.
That's stopping.
Oh
it
my
adds
God.
10-15 to the trip. It does. And I picked up some baked Lay's barbecue chips, which there was some drama trying to pay for, by the way.
What's the drama?
Because the gas
you didn't
station.
have enough money in your account?
No, bitch, I'm not in overdraft yet.
Check again later.
Check
this
again,
week.
bitch. So there was like a Subway within this like mini mart at the gas station, and those baked chips
Subway.
were technically from Subway.
Okay.
And so I like had to like pay for them like through Subway, but because they weren't like letting me pay for them at the regular register.
Okay, drama.
And then they were like, no, you can do it. And then they were all like bickering, the two of them. And they're like, no, you can pay for them. Here, you just have to punch in this code. I got the chips. And then, yeah, the drive was fine. But literally driving through California, like those parts is like a little scary.
Yeah.
It's like, it feels middle America vibes. I was like, where am I?
Yeah, once you get to the inside of California, it's giving red state.
Yeah, it's giving red state. Yeah.
We have to drive up this Christmas, and I feel like
I want to do the scenic wave like
me
once
too.
in my life.
Me too, but it takes like
8
so
hours.
much longer.
Like almost, like
no,
2
I think
hours
more
longer.
than 8 hours. Like up the one the whole time. That's
yeah,
what
like
you're
2
saying,
or
right?
3 hours longer.
Like, is that even possible?
I would do it if I
wanna
had a
do it too.
boyfriend.
I always say I want to do it,
You should
and then
do
I
it.
never do it. So I think we will.
Like,
I think
you might want to like.
I think
don't
we're
know.
gonna tell. I think we're going to probably like stay
Stop over,
overnight
yeah, that's what I would do.
somewhere. Yeah,
Maybe,
like maybe in Big Sur.
Big Sur. That's what I would
Oh my God.
Hee hee.
I'm also so excited to bring him home for Christmas. Okay, anyways.
Well, that was my drive.
Okay, awesome. What else?
Okay, literally the first night I'm there. So I get there. My co-author for the graphic novel is actually visiting San Francisco the same weekend.
Oh, fun. Random.
Very random.
Because
And
he lives in New York usually.
he lives in New York. So we were like, we have to get together. And so the first night I'm there, he was like, come over to my friend's place. Like, they're cooking dinner, like, whatever. So I went over, met, like, some of his best friends from college. They were all so sweet to me. We just, like, hung out, had some, like, homemade chili and cornbread and, like, drank. And it was cute. It was, like, easy, like, first night. And then I went to go meet up with my birthday boyfriend. And he was out with some friends at High Tops SF.
Mm-hmm.
And then I met his friends. And then he went home and I went out with his friends to a couple places.
Mm-hmm.
We went to this place that was sort of giving like small Abbey vibes.
Okay.
In the sense that like there's like straight people there too.
Okay.
And that they would play like very gay music that we all loved and interspliced with random like Pitbull songs.
Mr. 305.
Yeah, which I was like, what gay person is like craving this?
Oh my God. Wait, the berries instructor today, you would have loved.
Why? You went to Barry's today?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So my hair is still wet.
Mm.
Oh, just the music was crazy.
Oh.
Yeah. He was
Like
playing
girl
this
pop?
remix. Yeah. Well, he started it with Overprotected by Britney. And then he did a remix that was Untouched by the Veronicas mixed with Good For You, Olivia Rodrigo.
Ooh.
It was fire. I was
Wow.
like, it's Andrea time. Like, no
No
one
one
can
talk
stop
to
me.
me.
I'm going full sprint.
I'm conquering the world.
Yeah, I'm going 9.1 for my
I can't
sprint.
run like that. I really can't run. I don't know about Barry's.
Barry's gonna be so fun. He's gonna
Okay.
go with us on Friday. So excited!
So we're at this club where they're playing pop music and Pitbull. And I'm dancing with these guys, and then like across the room I make eyes with this man, and I'm like, I know this guy. And San Francisco is like a city I go to like frequently enough, but not like so often that I feel like
To take my birth control.
where like I'll make eye contact with someone, like, do I know them from the ride? Do I know them from like my friend's friend? And then I was like, wait, what? And I was so confused because this person I knew from LA, not from San Francisco, and they were just there. And I was like, who is that? And lo and behold, who was it?
The 10.
And I was like, what the hell?
Your story continues.
The story continues. And I was
against all odds.
I know. And so I went up to him and was like, hey, and like said hi to him. He was kind of drunk already. And I mean, it was late. He was drunk, and we're like having a little chit chatter. And then there's this like tall, hot guy like standing over us. And I was like, who is that? And I like was like, oh my God, they're like totally in the midst of having a romance, these two. So I was like, okay,
Are you
I'm gonna
kidding?
like excuse myself. I see myself out of this scenario because
2 10s fucking each other.
literally
Like,
spread the
grow
wealth.
up.
And I know how it feels to be cock blocked, so I was gonna end the cycle right there.
That's really big
The cycle
of you.
of cock blocking
I
ends
wish
with me.
that you could have like gone in there and had a threesome with the 2 10s.
Yeah, but I don't think the tall guy was like vibing with me at all.
Oh my God, was he kind of giving go away vibes?
Yeah.
Ew, I hate
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. I was like, I don't like this guy.
I hate that in a 10.
I hate that in a 10. So that was really fucking weird.
So that was really fucking weird.
That was really fucking fucked up and weird. And then the next day I got lunch with a dear friend. We caught up. I went to the park, read for a while.
Wait, were your cookies a success?
Okay,
Your rainbow cookies?
yes, huge success. The birthday boy
perfect.
was obsessed with them, asked for the recipe. My friend who I gave some to at lunch was obsessed with them, asked for the recipe.
Wow, 2 for 2.
And then my friend who I saw that night for dinner, I also brought him some because he's my Italian sister.
Oh my God, 3 for 3.
And was obsessed. So big success.
Good job. Good job.
And
So
then-
good that you did that.
It was so good that I did that. Me and my Italian friend got dinner at an Italian place, of course.
Oh my God.
Very good, very yummy. Caught up, had a really long like heart to heart moment. And then we went out with our other friends, several places in the Castro.
Mm-hmm.
So there's this guy that we all know. I'll just leave it at that. This guy that my friends and I all know.
Mm-hmm.
And I hadn't thought like too much about him before.
Okay.
But at some point over the summer, like he posted a picture on his story and I like saw his body and I was like, oh my God, wow. Like capital W, wow.
Wow.
And so it piqued my interest for sure. And I was like, have I been like overlooking this person?
Oh my God. Look what one thirst trap can do, people.
It literally can be life changing.
It can change everything.
And then I think at lunch the next day with my Italian friend, because we saw this friend that night, we went out and I was like, should I try and make out with him? And then he was like making out with some twink and I was like,
gross.
never mind.
What about a nice hot verse?
Thank you. And then I found out his type is like twink and like younger, but he's older than me a little bit.
Yeah, so
and
you are
and he found
younger.
out that I was younger and I was like, maybe he likes that. And then the next day, I kept all this to myself. The next day at lunch with my Italian sister, Raffo is what we call him, his last name. Hey, Raffo.
Hi, Rafa.
We were chit-chattering, and I was like, what do you think about so-and-so? And he was like, I would do him for sure. And I was like, yeah, me too. And we were like, yeah, right?
Yeah.
So then I was like, okay. And then
New
crush alert. Then that night was the birthday party. Saturday night was the birthday party. It was Spice Girls themed.
Mm-hmm.
I was like texting my friends and stuff and seeing who was doing wig, who wasn't doing wig, and like most of my good friends were doing wig.
Mm-hmm.
So I finally got to break out my wig.
Finally, you've had that in storage for
since
like
February. I broke out my wig. It was a huge hit. Everyone loved her.
Oh my God, Ginger Spice.
Yeah, and they were like, your wig's so great. Like, did you style it? I was like, there's definitely some product in there for sure. They were like, there's product. I was like, there's product in there.
Okay.
It was, yeah, it's like sort of like natural ginger vibes, auburn vibes.
Wavy.
Long, wavy.
Yeah. Check his story.
Yeah. Lace front, but we didn't know how to do that. So.
Wait, how much was it?
It wasn't that expensive. It's from Amazon.
Like how much?
I don't remember. I bought it in February. Like 35?
$35 and it's a lace front?
Yeah,
that's kind of crazy.
It's not like a good lace front.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know how to do those things either.
Well, I was like, I'm not learning tonight.
Yeah.
So we're all dressed up in our like cute outfits and our wigs and everything, and it was a big party. Like he rented out like a bar, and like a ton of people came.
Oh my God, imagine having the confidence to rent
I
a bar
know.
for
Well,
your birthday
he's
party.
the kind of person that just has so many genuine friendships because he's like the nicest person ever.
So sweet.
Yes. And we get to the bar. We were at a pregame before we get to the bar, and like obviously we get drunk. You know, we're all drunk in this room.
Okay.
And the guy we were talking about was there.
Oh my God, perfect.
And I was like, okay, I missed my chance last night, so is my chance gonna happen tonight?
Okay.
So we're like talking, like a lot of one-on-one talk with him.
Love it.
And with others as well. And then like I'm like, okay, we're talking just the two of us. Like, when is he gonna just kiss me? You know? And I keep like trying to like lean closer, like to give the vibe. And
were you guys drunk?
Yeah, I said that.
Okay.
So
didn't know how drunk.
So it felt like a long time that we had been having a one-on-one conversation or several throughout the night. So I was like getting a little impatient.
Yeah.
And he was telling me a story about going to like this nude beach in San Francisco and running into your friends there and stuff like that, and how you like, you know, say hello and kiss them hello. And our other friend comes over and like joins the conversation right before he's saying this. And as he's saying like, oh, when you run into your friends, like you kiss them hello and blah, blah, blah. I was like, well, I'm your friend. How come you haven't kissed me?
Oh, that's good. That's good. Smooth move.
And then we started making out. And my friend who literally joined the conversation seconds before was like, Jesus Christ, and like had to leave.
Thank God.
And of course, so me, Rafa, and our other friend Jimmy are all obsessed with the song Heated by Beyonce. And during the ride this year, we would always, like, as a reward, like play it for ourselves.
Love
and, like,
it.
Whatever. And it hadn't come on that night yet. So Jimmy went to go ask for it to go get put on. And of course, the second it gets put on is when I'm making out with him.
No.
And they're like, Heated's playing. And I was like, sorry, hold on, I'm busy. So can you guys just wait?
You guys just played again? Like, what the hell?
And then
he rented out the bar.
Yeah. And we made out. I can't remember for how long. I remember feeling like it was good.
Okay, good.
My memory says it was good.
Okay, I think so too.
Okay. And then like at the end of the night, like all of my friends were like, let's go to this other club. And I was like, okay, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
And so I like said goodbye to him and we like made out again.
Wow.
I don't remember like saying much. Like I think it was like, oh, next time I'm in San Francisco, I'll say hello. I don't know, something, whatever. So that was kind of the end of that, but it was like really funny, like the rest of the night, like, talking about it. We went to that club again that played the Pitbull music. It didn't stay for that long because we were like, this is not the vibe. And also my feet hurt so bad because I was wearing
heels?
Yeah, I was wearing the like Rocky Horror costume
shit.
heels.
That's funny.
And they're like gotta be like 5 inches.
Oh.
And I was in so much pain at this point. And then there's this cute diner in the Castro called Orphan Andy's, and it's open 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And we went there at the end of the night.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the food being great.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
There's this horrendous picture of me that my friend took that I feel I should show you.
Should we throw it up on the video?
On pod?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should.
Just airdrop it to my computer.
It's dark.
Aw, you look so cute.
I know, this is me really drunk.
Aw, look at that lace front.
How would you describe the picture?
Okay, John Anthony is... The wig is half off his head.
Uh-huh.
He's holding his face with both his hands. And there is a huge smile on his face and nothing in his eyes.
I'm wearing makeup. Do you like my makeup?
Yeah, I noticed your makeup and I thought it was so cute.
Thank you.
There's rhinestones at the end of his eyebrows.
They're all. And then also remember we all kind of got drunk and we're like looking at our grinders and then decided to show each other our nudes.
Oh my god, how did that go?
I think it went well. I think everyone liked mine.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Were they like, nice, Italian
Yes.
stallion?
Nice. Yeah.
Oh, wait,
it
full
looks
peen? Full
Yeah.
penis? Full penis?
good. Yeah.
Have you taken jerk off videos?
No.
No, why not?
No. That's a little vulgar.
That's the point, isn't it?
We were so drunk that I was like okay with showing my friends my erection picture.
Erection? That's vulgar. Oh my goodness.
There was some reciprocation though, so it wasn't like just me.
Oh my god. So, have you texted that guy?
No.
No. Oh.
I like responded to his story with an emoji.
And then what?
And he like heart reacted it.
So, was that the end of the trip?
Pretty much. The next day we all woke up and got lunch together, and then I like had my errands and tasks for the day when you're like leaving a place that I had to get done before my drive home.
You drove back so early? You texted me at like 9 a.m. that you were back.
I drove back on Sunday.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I left at like 4:30 and got back at like 10.
Okay, got it.
And I listened to Britney's memoir for the whole trip.
Oh my
back.
god. Can we talk about this?
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Wait, but I'm not done.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
I have to pee really bad. Can we
you hold it
pause?
until Britney or no?
Okay. Just keep going.
No, go pee.
Okay. I'll pee.
Okay. Pausing.
And we're
back. So when I was on this trip, I was starting to tell my friends about my plans to move to San Francisco.
What are you talking about?
I've told you this before.
What? When?
Not soon. Don't worry.
I can't do this right now. Are you kidding?
I think 2025.
In 2 years?
It's
In
not
1 year.
1 year.
You're going to move to San Francisco in 1 year.
I'll stay in LA for all of 2024, and then I might move to San Francisco.
What are you going to do in San Francisco?
So here's the thoughts.
Yeah, tell me.
This
I
is.
believe you're revealing this to me live on air
I've told you that I want to move to San Francisco before I move back to New York.
My boyfriend's telling me he's moving to San Francisco.
And that he's gay.
And that he's gay.
Listen. This is part of me feeling wistful, existential, nostalgic.
Yeah, because you're leaving your sister.
I definitely cried a lot when I left this time. Not all because I was leaving San Francisco, also just because I needed to cry about my life.
That's fair.
That's
fair.
And I always get so emotional before I like leave once I'm like leaving a trip.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like
That
when
was
a
only
trip
3
ends.
days?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck you.
What?
It's like 3.5 days.
Okay.
And okay, so what I'm trying to say is that I feel like none of the 3 cities in which I would consider living in and or currently live in fully satisfy me.
What?
Or
New York, LA, San Francisco?
Yeah.
Okay.
At where I'm at right now in life. Like here you're here. I have friends here. The weather's nice. Entertainment capital. But as a city, it's not my preference. Like I love living in a walking city.
True.
It does wonders for my mental health. This place feels incredibly like isolating to me. It's very spread out. You're always in your car. And so there's all there. That's LA. In New York, I love New York. That's where I want to live like long term. But I feel like I can't move back there just yet because I feel like I'm still in development. And I don't want to. It's so expensive. It's so expensive right now. So it really has to like come down a little bit before I go back there. And also like, well, I love the city. Like everything I could ever want is there. Like culture, food, like walking around, beauty, my family, my friends. So, well, although, really anymore, I don't know. I have some friends there, but
I know, but who's left,
Well, that's the other thing.
There's
my
like
friends,
a couple, but also like
all of my friends feel spread out in these 3 different cities, and in none of them are all of my friends there, and that sucks because I'm like,
that's just a part of it.
I know, but that's part of it. And then, but in New York, it's like I can't move back because the price needs to come down. But also, we've talked about this. Like, I don't want to move back there and like have it be the same as it was before.
Right. You don't want to struggle in the same way.
No, I don't want to struggle in the same way.
I.e. restaurant job.
I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to like leave New York and do my whole chapter abroad, aka living in California, and have it be done and then just like go back to New York and just continue doing the same stuff. Like, I need to like be in my next phase of career before I go back to New York.
Oh, I really want to go to New York like for a project. That would be amazing.
That would be amazing.
It would be amazing. And
then San Francisco, it's like what I would get there that I don't get anywhere else is like, sorry, I had to burp again. Like the community of like gay friends that I've always wanted, that I never had in New York. Not that I couldn't, but I never had them in New York like that. I don't feel like I have like a big group of gay friends here, and I have it in San Francisco. And it's like, I would move there knowing I couldn't live there for like probably more than 2 years because I would get bored. And like artistically, there's nothing for me there. And like kind of culturally, I don't want to say that because there's definitely culture there, but you know what I'm saying?
I do.
But it would be like, I feel like a really important 2 years of my life where I got to like really like be fully immersed in like gay friendship, gay community, culture, and just like they do stuff like they take care of each other, like my friends there, and they like do stuff together and they cook dinners for each other and
that's so sweet.
like live life together. You know what I mean? And I feel like in my life right now, like I really need that, and that's kind of most important. But I'd really prefer to not move there until I like have like a project, like until like I sell my book, like I said, and I can like have some sort of extra income and a project that I'm working on.
Yeah. Okay, so you'll sell your book next year.
That's the goal, and then move to San Francisco in 2025.
I'll miss you.
For 2 years.
Who the hell am I gonna hang out with?
Me. It's
Drive
such
up to San Francisco.
It's such a short flight.
I hate flying there, honestly.
Why?
I just don't like it. Like, I'd much rather drive.
The driving is okay.
It's not bad. It's annoying, but I think flying is more annoying to me.
Because it's like so much rigmarole.
Yes. That's the problem with flights. So much rigmarole.
And you have to like, it's not just like you're just paying for the flight, then you're paying for cars to take you to and from the
yeah,
airport.
exactly. And you have to get there like so far in advance.
It's annoying.
And then you have to do security.
And you're waiting.
Yeah, and then you have to drive an hour to LAX.
That's why I feel like it never ends up being
Burbank,
worth
whatever.
it.
Yeah, exactly. That's why. And then like
ideal for
driving is kind of fun. You get to take your time.
Yeah.
You get to listen to your stuff.
I prefer doing it with another person though. Driving.
Yeah, that's fair. Like when we did that. I think we're gonna do Napa when we go for Christmas.
You should.
My mom wants to.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the end of my trip to San Francisco. How do you feel about that?
So John Anthony just dropped a bombshell on me. And you know, even though I am reeling. I am shell shocked. Thank you for asking. Due to the reasons that you have outlined for me, I support it.
Hey, this is just like conjecture. It's not set in stone.
But I miss you.
I'm here
Already.
We'll see what happens.
So guys,
I have a lot to accomplish next year because I'd also really love to get an agent for obviously my graphic novel stuff, but my like playwriting and TV, theatrical, like TV film. So I'd really like to accomplish that next year before I would leave, because then it's just easy. I'm like so close. Like I don't really have to be anywhere to write, but also if I had to come to LA, it'd be so close. Yeah. Can we talk about Britney? Yeah. Thank you for this information. Me and the audience will digest it over the next week. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Yes. So moving on to celebrity memoirs, what you guys come to the podcast for. So I read 2 this week. I read Julia Fox's memoir. You finished it? I finished it in a day. Okay. Like I finished it. So it's not that long. It's long, but I just like couldn't stop. I like started it the night before. And then the next day I was just like reading it sporadically. And I was like, okay, I'm going to like lay in bed and like fall asleep to it. And then I just kept reading and reading and reading until 4 a.m. until I finished. It was crazy. So really? Yeah. Crazy? What's the craziest thing you learned about her from the memoir? She speaks Italian. You knew that already. No, I'm just kidding. Well, I didn't realize that like when she was cast in Uncut Gems, she was like still fully like an addict. Oh. Like I didn't know she was an addict, period. Oh, her life is bonkers. So like she grew up in New York, I know that. So I knew of her like pre-Uncut Gems because this girl that I was obsessed with on Instagram like interviewed her for something. Okay. And I was like, who the fuck is this? And so she's like she's like kind of like an artist. Like she's had a fashion line, she's had 2 art books, she's had an Julia Fox. Oh, okay. She has like an exhibition of paintings where she paints in her own blood. Like she's just like a total character. Paints in your own blood. She just like doesn't give a fuck. She'll just do something and like where she lands, she'll land. Like it's bonkers. So she like grew up in Italy and then her parents were like crazy toxic, and then her dad lived in America, so her mom sent her to America to live with him. At what age? At like 5 or 6 or something like that. And then she would spend every summer in Italy. Okay. But then she was just like fucking crazy, like kind of like grew up on the streets, had to like fend for herself because her dad was like kind of like not there, like alcoholic kind of vibes, and like just like doing like drugs like so early and like getting into like bad situations and toxic relationships. Like her first boyfriend like went to jail and he was like keeping her locked up in his apartment in the Bronx and like wouldn't let her go anywhere. And she was like doing heroin at a certain point, like PCP, overdosing like multiple times. God. Yeah. Just like total freaking character. She had like this sugar daddy that like paid for her Soho loft, and her 2 friends lived there. And was she collecting rent from them? No, he just like paid for all of them. Oh no. She I don't think she would scam her friends like that.
But then like fell in love with this other dude while she was living there. So it was like fully cheating on the sugar daddy with this random guy. But like the sugar daddy like found out, but then still agreed to pay the rent and like funded her fashion line. And
Oh my God, where can we get one of those?
but then, right? And then she blew everything up and then like went down to Louisiana for like a year or something. Crazy. And like had like this huge fucking fight with her and like invested in a nightclub with this guy and like had a huge fight and was like assaulted in front of everybody. And
You're really just telling everything about the book right
I'm
now.
sorry. I'm just like trying to remember. It's bonkers. And then she just like, and then everything changes when she does Uncut Gems.
I didn't
It's
realize
like
that was like her moment.
she kind of like didn't have.
How did she get that part?
It's based on her.
The whole movie?
Or that part is they wrote it for her.
Why?
They wrote it
How does he know
because they
her?
just know her from New York.
Really?
Because she's like a New York character. Like people just know her. I don't
How
know.
do we
I guess
become
just
New York
like
characters?
well, she grew up there and she's like in the party scene. So like
Okay,
cool
well.
people know cool people,
Right.
you know, and just
Right.
like hang out and party.
Right.
Yeah. So they just like know her from around, wrote this part based on her and was like, I really want you to do it.
Uh-huh.
And then they wanted like a bigger name, but then she like fucking nailed the audition, I guess, because it is her.
Oh my God.
And then her life changed.
Wow.
And then she does write about Kanye, but it's actually crazy. Like they only spent like 15 days together and like never had sex. And he like kind of orchestrated it from the start.
It seemed that way.
Yeah. It was like really just
and
publicity.
she was like okay with being used as a pawn.
It's not like she got nothing out of
I
it.
know.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a smart pawn move for her.
Yeah.
Chess move.
Yeah. She's wild. I love her.
That is wild. So then how did she become clean?
Her friend died. Her like really best friend died.
Oh my God, I didn't know
Well,
that.
at that point, like a lot of people around her were dying
Like
and
her party
overdosing.
friends?
Yeah. I mean, her party friends are her friends, you know?
No, I know. I didn't mean it like that, but I meant
Yeah.
like from that area of her life.
Yeah. Yeah. So she like met this girl in like Narcotics Anonymous and they become like best friends, but then they both relapsed. And then she got the Uncut Gems part and she's like, I have to be good for this. And then the friend was like there the whole time, like being her assistant on the shoot. And then like she was in the middle of like doing press and then she like had just talked to that friend and then she found out in the morning that she had overdosed.
Oh, that's terrible.
And then she's like, I'm just never going to touch this stuff again.
Oh.
And she has a son.
When did that happen?
Pandemic.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
With who? Did she say?
Her like husband at the time. She
Oh.
like met this dude and
was
then got
married?
married 2 months later.
Oh my
It was like
God.
an Emily Ratajkowski kind of thing.
That's what happened with Emily Ratajkowski? I thought they were together for a long time.
No. I mean, they got married after like 4 months or some shit. And then they stayed together for like 2 years, I think. And then he was
Okay.
like cheating on her with a bunch of hoes.
Oh my God.
Was that interesting for you guys?
I have no idea.
I love Julia Fox.
No, I mean, I think she's super interesting.
And then on the complete other side of the spectrum, we have the Britney memoir.
Which is the one that I also basically finished.
Yeah.
I have probably like, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes left.
This poor girl.
This poor girl.
It's just like, yeah, actually, I don't know if I have anything to say.
It was sad, I think.
So the beginning is like kind of fun. There's like ups and downs like in her early career, but she's like, you know, on top of her game. And then at a certain point, it dawns on me like, oh, it's like gonna get worse from here.
I know. That was hard. I
Yeah.
wonder if like she had enough like distance to like write about this right now. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think like I understand where it came from. Like it was the moment like you were like trapped for 13 years not being able to share your true feelings or thoughts about what is happening to you.
Being drugged.
Yeah. So it makes
Crazy.
complete sense to like as soon as that ends like tell everything from your
Yeah.
perspective to like set the record straight, I guess, at least.
Yeah.
So that makes sense to me, and I don't think she shouldn't have written it. I just wonder, like,
I wonder if she'll like write another one later.
yeah,
you know,
exactly.
Yeah, because once it gets to like this conservatorship era, it gets like the details get a little foggy.
Yeah, and I'm like, there's probably so much she doesn't even understand or
Right.
know.
Right.
Right.
Like the
Because
whole
I'm confused.
the whole like conservatorship part, like how she gets placed in it. I mean, there's obviously so much about it online.
I guess that's true.
But
I don't know, and I went into it only having a very bare bones knowledge.
yeah, and I wonder if like, you know, from her perspective, it's all a bit murky as well. Like all of a sudden, like she's getting some bad press, you know, like the head shaving moment happens, like some bad paparazzi photos get taken, and then like all of a sudden she's in this conservatorship.
Yeah, and like people were lying to her. I think like she just seems like someone who was like very vulnerable, and people just like took advantage of her
Over and over
her whole
again.
life.
Death to all of them. To quote a famous woman, death to all of them.
Her father
Needs to be locked up.
is horrific.
Horrific. And same with her mother.
And her mom. It was crazy. I didn't realize they got like remarried, or I don't know if they officially got remarried, but that they got back together.
Bonding on profiting
off your daughter.
Yeah, jailing your daughter and making millions.
Yes.
Like, wow.
That is psychotic.
Psychotic. And I can't believe the part with where the mom like wrote her own memoir.
I know.
That's so brutal, and like doing all these like talk shows and shit. Like, terrible.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Terrible.
I said to you before that I thought it was really smart for them to have Michelle Williams read it. Not that she's like my first thought about like who I would choose.
Oh, definitely not.
But it worked really well for me, and there was even times where I felt like her voice sounded like Britney to me. I don't know if it's just because
I think she like puts on a little accent sometimes. Yeah.
And basically what I'm saying is just to have like a really like great actress read it, regardless of if it's Michelle Williams or someone else. But I thought that it worked well.
She did an amazing job. I feel like she's gonna win a Grammy.
Yeah, I think for sure.
And I think she should.
And she should.
Yeah.
But I think it like really it helped you like remove what your preconceived notions about Britney from the telling of the story, I think.
Yeah.
Like as opposed to if she was reading it.
Yes. Yeah.
It was like the appropriate like distance, like one step removed.
Yeah. And she said in the beginning, like, it would be too painful for her to relive all
and
of
I
these
was
things.
glad that she read that like little prologue, because I was like, okay, because I feel like there's just like this little like triggering thing that anything with Britney, you're like, is this really her? You know, after this whole 13 years of choices being made for her that were not her choice, I'm like, did she want to write this book? Like, was this her? So like having her voice like reading the prologue, I was like, okay, she's like here, this is hers, like she's cool with this.
Yeah. I mean, I'm really curious now that she's out of her conservatorship, like what happens, you know?
I don't know. I think she's just like,
she's just living
life,
and she deserves it.
And she deserves it.
She deserves it. That poor woman's been working so freaking hard.
Yeah.
It makes me really wish I did see her Vegas residency, though.
Yeah, but I don't want to see it. I want to see it on her terms.
I know. I don't want to put money in her
disgusting
pig father's pocket.
My favorite parts.
Shame on you, Jamie Spears.
Shame on you, sir.
Shame on you.
I liked the part where she was talking about her like relationship with Madonna.
Yeah, I like that too.
I was like, that's really cool.
Shame on you, Justin, for spinning the narrative and turning the world against our poor girl.
Fully profiting from the patriarchy at the expense of one woman. The great expense of one woman. And I felt so sad because I was like,
he ended it with her over text message before texts were even popular.
I know. And had been cheating on her.
Terrible. And she only cheated once.
Barely.
And it was understandable.
It was really sad.
It was
abortion part.
Yeah, it is really sad. And the fact that fucking Kevin wanted half custody of her kids.
For what?
Or full. For what?
I think they both wanted full.
They both wanted it full, but the fact that he even wanted it at all, I'm like, no, you don't. No, you don't. Do you even know what it's like to raise these kids? Because you weren't there.
Ooh.
She was.
Ooh. That was heartbreaking when he like she would show up and he wouldn't acknowledge her or like wouldn't come speak to her.
I know. I was like,
like,
who
that's
the
your
fuck
literal
made
wife.
you famous? Who the fuck is giving you these opportunities, Kevin Federline? Your wife.
I just feel like she.
Can you imagine being married and like getting to that point in your relationship?
That's what I'm saying. That really triggered me. I was like, that sucks. Like, what would you do? Like, they won't even speak to you, but you're like still married. Like,
yeah,
what?
and your own security guard won't let you
know.
into the room, the recording studio. Terrible.
Yeah.
I wish all the best for Miss Britney Spears.
Me as well.
And I'm on a Britney kick with the music. It's like all I want to listen to.
Yeah.
Break the Ice is so good.
What album is that? Blackout?
Blackout.
Her favorite album. Right? Isn't
Blackout's
that what she says?
good. Yeah. Give Me More is such a bop.
I just feel like she never like really got to like experience like the great spoils of her success before everything got ruined.
I know.
Like, I feel like it happened so quickly.
And it sounds like she doesn't have like real friends.
Well, I don't know. Is that true?
I don't know. It just seemed that way. Like, didn't she say at one point, like, I had nobody to even, like...
Yeah, well, I mean, when she was, like, basically only in Vegas and then being, like, institutionalized back and forth.
So bad.
Yeah.
So bad.
Anyway,
I feel like we don't have time to talk about our enemies.
No, it's okay. We don't have to do it every week.
This week we have love in our hearts. We have love in our hearts.
Yeah.
We need to hold ourselves with care.
At this time when everyone's feeling wistful,
nostalgic
and existential.
Existential. We need to have love in our hearts.
I'm speaking of love in our hearts.
Glimmer.
Okay, wait. Sing. We'll each take turns.
Okay.
Sing it in the style of Britney.
Glimmer of a yeah.
Good.
Was
nice,
it? Okay,
yeah.
your turn.
Glamour. Hope.
That was good.
This segment we do at the end of every episode.
This segment,
yeah,
is a segment we do at the end of every episode. That was a little bit not Britney.
It was at first, and then it wasn't.
Yeah.
We sing about the light at the end of the tunnel.
What's getting you through it? Nailed it.
I think that was like my impression of John Early's impression of Britney Spears.
Yes, which is genius.
All I have to call on in this moment because I have not studied her voice as well. So
yeah. My glimmer of hope is I'm going to hibachi dinner tonight, and I ordered ribeye and shrimp. I'm really excited to eat it. It's a surprise birthday party for my friend's boyfriend.
You just spoiled it. Just kidding. This isn't live.
Maybe we should live stream these. Whoa, that was beautiful.
It tasted pickle in that one.
Ooh. Makes me hungry.
I thought maybe you were going to say that your glimmer of hope was us going to dinner.
We are going to dinner together.
Yeah.
And that's my glimmer of hope.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay.
Can I say something?
Please.
My new thing is no more fake singing, only real singing.
Okay. My glimmer of hope also would be us going to dinner on Thursday. Looking forward to that finally after a few weeks or a couple of weeks of scheduling conflicts. And that's probably it. Like I'm excited to like get back in my routine with writing because I feel like last week I didn't write at all because it was Halloween and I was working so much and then I went away. And when you come back from a trip, there's like this whole long list of like to do things you have to get done. You just don't want to do anything. But it's like, I come back and have all this homework. Like I have to do laundry, I have to go grocery shopping, I have to like resume all the tasks I was doing before I left.
Yeah.
It's like the week you get back is like shot.
Wow, that's a lot of things to do.
Yeah.
Can I also say my glimmer of hope is we are almost there on the Seed and Spark. 76%.
And that's 76%. Thanks to you guys.
That's thanks to you guys. So we only have 25%, 24% left. And then we will make it to 10,000 big ones.
And even less to ensure that you keep the money.
Yes. So we can make this movie a reality. And then I can finally move on to the next phase of my life.
Slay!
Slay
all day!
Yeah.
Cool.
So we are going to get messy and nasty at this dinner that we're doing together.
On Thursday. Messy and nasty. And we'll tell you all about it next week.
Have you thought about how we are going to be drinking a lot and then doing berries the next day?
I did, and I was wondering if that plan made sense for us.
Well, I think if we take the 1050 class, it would be fine.
Okay, we might have to do that.
And that instructor's easier than the 940 class. The 940 class will make you cry.
I need to like move some things around already on Friday.
Hey.
Okay.
That's not very glimmer of hope.
I know, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for listening.
Oh, okay.
Well, I didn't want to.
I thought we were live singing our theme song.
Yeah, I wanted to. Should we just do it?
Yeah.
Thank you for listening.
You're singing like for you and not for me.
What do you mean?
The key is not working.
Okay, what do you start then?
No. Maybe we just. How do we do it that day?
1, 2, 3. Thank you for listening.
Oh, we're gonna sing
now
soft.
We're singing.
We're horny. We're horny. We're horny for love.
Mwah.